everyone, and welcome to our Touch Base Thursday for September 16th. Cannot believe it is already Thursday. I'm going to make sure my little microphone here is turned on so you guys can hear me. And going to make sure my computer is going. So if you are finding me live, please comment and tell me hello. And we will get started here in just a couple of minutes. So I'm live with you all about an hour earlier than normal. And I'll explain to you why here in just a couple of minutes. So again, if you're able to join me live, I know I'm early. So I apologize for that, but it was either go live with you all early or not be able to go live with you at all. So anyway, again, once you're finding me, please comment and tell me hello, and we will get started here in just a couple of moments. So hi to Debbie. Yay, Debbie's able to watch me live a little bit earlier than normal tonight. So welcome, Debbie. I know I'm probably throwing so many people off, and I might not have as many able to watch me live, but the replay will always be here for any of you to watch. So, but I have, why I'm live early is I have an event this weekend. It is like a scrapbooking, crafting weekend, and I have got to get set up for it. It's tomorrow and Saturday, and so I have to get set up for that event tonight, and needed to get on my Facebook Live earlier for all of you to get that, so I can share my projects with you, so I can get there to set up and not be up till 2 in the morning with all of that setup. So anyway, hi to Patty and Debbie, and like I said, more people will be joining, I'm sure, once they are able to find me live here in just a couple of minutes. So if any of you are local and you're looking for something to do this weekend, I do have a couple spots that have opened up of people who had other commitments come up that they needed to go to. So what it is it's basically a weekend where you bring your own projects to work on. I do have some optional classes. It's at a great big center, so lots of space, but it's kind of like a crafting weekend. We cook for you and all that fun stuff. So anyway, if anyone's local to the Mount Pleasant, Michigan area within an hour or two, you're interested in more information about it, let me know. But other than that, like I said, I know I'm an hour earlier than normal tonight, but it was better than canceling my live altogether. So anyway, what I have for our sharing, I don't really have a lot in the way of announcements this week because I'm going to try to keep my Facebook Live a little bit shorter than normal just so that I can, people are already there setting up, helping me, so I don't want to leave them for too long. But you guys know the routine. If you share my video, you get entered into the drawing for goodies. So in normal fashion, I've got goodies up for grabs. And so I have 2 bolts of ribbon. I have the, let me see. This is the petal pink ribbon. And then I have the fine art. No, these were the ones that were up for grabs last week. I'm like, gosh, these look familiar. Okay, so the winner... The winner of the petal pink ribbon is Peggy Barth. So congratulations to Peggy. And I'm going to write that so that people can read my writing. And then the winner of the fine art ribbon is Lisa Johnson. So congratulations to Lisa and to Peggy. We will get those out. It might not be until next week, ladies. Wednesday, like I said, is normally my mail day. So anyway, up for grabs this week is the brushed metallic adhesive backed dots and then some of the pool party striped ribbon. Okay, so those are the 2 prizes. I will draw someone to win next week. So hi to Cindy and to Janet and Susie. Welcome, ladies. Welcome. Okay. So a few classes that I have open yet for you guys to register for is my deer class, the Peaceful Deer, Cutest Halloween. The class that I'm going to be showcasing tonight is also an option for you. And then I want to talk to you a little bit about my ordering promotion. So I have an ordering promotion. This is a promotion that I'm offering not in conjunction with any of my classes, but I am really close to a huge sales goal that I set for myself. And the Stampin' Up! Year ends the end of September. And man, I don't know why my voice is crackling like that. I may have to get some water. But anyway, I'm like $2,000 in sales away from the end of reaching my goal. So my ordering promotion is anybody who puts in a $50 order, you're going to get a celebration item from Stampin' Up. And on top of it, I'm going to give you a free box of glue dots and a package of dimensionals. So if any of you are interested in helping me reach my goal, let me know. So anyway, and I have an ordering link out there for that. And then there's also, thank you, as someone brings me a drink. I was fine all day until I go live, so I don't get that. Maybe because I'm talking a little bit louder. So anyway, with that, I'm going to actually transition my camera down to my stamp area. Oh, I should mention as well, if you ordered my gingerbread and peppermint card class, it went out today, this morning. It got dropped off last night. The tutorial will go out this weekend. So you'll get the tutorial in your email probably about the same time you get the kit. So I need to finish typing it, but my event this weekend has taken up some of my time to prep for it. So I'm going to be typing it and finishing it while I'm at my event. So you'll get your tutorial emailed to you, but your package will probably come Saturday or Monday, okay? So, and if anyone's interested, I had a few people last minute ask me about the class. So I still have it opened. If anybody is interested, I will be able to cut more, prep more if we need to. Let me know. But it's a really cute class, so if you purchased it, you should be getting it in the next couple of days, okay? So, and again, like I said, I know that I am an hour early, so I appreciate you guys that are able to watch me live. I'm early tonight so that I can go set up for my event that I cannot wait to see. Yes, Annette is going to be there. I can't wait to see her. Annette lives about an hour away from me. Haven't seen her in, gosh, it's been a while. So excited to see some of my ladies that I haven't been able to see in so long. So anyway, with that, I'm going to transition my camera down to my stamp area. I've created tonight for you a really quick and simple 3D project and some fun fall themed cards using the Gorgeous Leaves bundle. And so I can't wait for you guys to see that and be able to see some of the things that I've created with it. Okay, so with that, I'm going to transition my camera down. Okay, so you guys are going to, like, again, in true fashion, you're going to see a sneak peek of my projects. So, and yes, Kathy, I know I saw your name pop up, so hello. And yes, your kit went out. I can tell you that. I know that your kit went out. So be looking in your email for that tutorial to come. Normally the tutorials come usually the same day they go out or the day after. But I'm a little bit late, and I will warn you guys, sometimes I'm a little bit late often because I always say that full-time job gets in the way. So I apologize to all of you. But I do the best I can with what I can do. Because I love doing Stampin' Up, but most of you know that I also work a full-time job, and so, you know, is what it is. I do the best I can. Okay, so the bundle that I'm going to be sharing with you tonight is called the Gorgeous Leaves bundle. It is in our Stampin' Up holiday catalog. I do still have extra, Terry, of the gingerbread class. So if you're interested, let me know. I can send you the link, or I can just send you a PayPal invoice. It was $42. That included the shipping. So I'd be happy to get that out to you if it's something that you're interested in. It's 12 cards with lots of supplies left over for you to be able to make more cards. So it's probably one of my favorite classes that I've ever done. So I'm really excited about it. Okay, so this is the Gorgeous Leaves bundle. You can get it together, bundled together with the stamp set and coordinating dies for $44. And I love the bundle. It's so pretty. Now, I was trying to figure out which paper to pair it with, and I chose to pair it with the Harvest Meadow Designer Series paper. Now, again, you guys, those of you that watch me on a regular basis, you know that I do that a lot. I will pick a bundle, and then I pick a paper. As those of you that saw me pair the Blackberry Beauty Designer paper with the pumpkin stuff. So the paper that I chose to use is the Harvest Meadow. It goes with its own bundle, but I chose to pair it with this one as well. So this is the Designer Series paper that I used right here, and I'm going to show you some of the patterns of that paper. Now I'm missing one of them, but you'll see it on one of the cards here in just a minute. So oh, let me show you that before I get ahead of myself. Let me show you the dies, okay? So the dies, you have some intricate leaves, and then you also have, again, mine have been well used. You also have some, so in addition to the intricate dies, you also have some leaves that actually cut out the stamped images. So these three will cut out the stamped images, and then you have all of those leaves that do the intricate die work. So lots of different options that you can do with this bundle. Okay, so I'm going to move it out of the way so that I can show you guys what I've all done. Oh no, I'm going to show you the paper next. Sorry, I'm all over the place tonight. So this is the Harvest Meadow Designer Series paper, and you can see here that I've got, it's been well used. So I've got 5 of the 6 patterns to show you. The other one, I believe I've used all of it, but I will show it to you in the catalog here in just a bit. Yeah, oh no, I'll show it to you in the, I think I know which one it is. It was well used because yeah, but you'll get the gist of it. It's kind of all the same kind of pattern paper. And then on the flip side of this, you have more different patterns. The colors in this are Crumb Cake, Misty Moonlight, Soft Succulent, Bumblebee, and Calypso Coral. Okay? Thank you, Terry. Thank you for that. I know, sometimes I do the braid and sometimes I don't. When I'm at work, I have to wear a headset. And so on days when I don't have to wear it very often, I do the braid. Otherwise, the braid can be kind of a pain in the neck. But thank you. Okay, so I'm finally seeing some of your comments. So I missed a few of you joining me. So hi to Dana and Penny. Welcome, ladies. So the first thing I'm going to share with you is this awesome 3D project right here. It's a cute little bag, like a box bag, that it's so quick and simple and easy to do. And so I wanted to show you guys how easy this is to make. Now this is perfect. It would hold like a little bag of potato chips or little snacks. You could also put like little filler in there. But this bag would be great for you to do so many different things with. And so I'm going to show you how easy it is to make this bag, okay? So, oh yes, perfect for cookies as well. So I'm going to make it in this style right here. Now all I did, or this pattern, all I did on this one is I decorated it with a little bit of a leaf. I stamped a leaf, cut it out with one of the layering circles, added some of the diamond weave ribbon. This diamond weave ribbon is from the same Harvest Meadow bundle, just to hold it shut. But again, I didn't even tie a knot in this, so you can open it up and you can see that you got lots of space in there to do so many different things, okay? So I'm going to give you the dimensions on how to make this box bag. I call it a box bag because it's so quick and so simple and easy to do. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to cut your base of your, I need to find some scissors. I just realized that I don't have any scissors here. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to cut your box base. This is cut 3.5 by 3.5. And then you're going to score it at 1/4 of an inch on all 4 sides, okay? So actually you're going to score it at 3, okay? So this is 3.5 by 3.5. So you're going to either score it at the 3-inch line or you're going to score it at 1/2 of an inch, whichever way you want to look at it. So what you're going to do is you're going to make a little tray. So again, this is just 3.5 by 3.5, and then this is scored at 1/2 of an inch on all 4 sides. From here, I am just going to fold this in, and again, we're just going to make the bottom of the bag, and we're going to make like a little tray. So all I'm doing is folding these in. I gotta grab my adhesive on the other table. I left that over there too. Okay, so I'm just going to adhere the 4 little corners of this, and like I said, we're going to make a little tray type thing. And I am using the Stamp and Seal on this, okay, or the Seal Plus. Since it's a 3D project, I want it to kind of hold and be a little bit steadier. So I am using the Stamp and Seal Plus. And there you have a little tray. Whoops, that one I didn't glue the best. Let me add some more glue to that one. There we go. Okay, so quick, simple little tray, right? So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut a piece of Designer Series paper. Now this paper is cut 6 by 11, So you're going to want to determine which side of the paper you want as your outside face. So I want this to be on my outside face. So I'm going to add my tear and tape to this side. You're going to add tear and tape to one long side and one short side. Okay? So I'm bringing in my tear and tape, and I'm just going to put some tear and tape along the side up here at the top. And I'm just going to add it all the way down. I have to pick this up to be able to do it, guys. I hope you can still see here. There we go. Let me make sure I get it on there straight. There we go. And then we're going to add some of that tear and tape along one of the short sides. Like that, okay? Oh, I just saw Terry's comment. Thank you. Well, usually whatever I've worn to work that day is what I leave on for how you guys see me for my Facebook Live. So that's kind of how I was for work today. And I've been being lazy in the mornings and not doing a whole lot with my hair. And I'm so fast at putting it up. So it's been going up a lot these days. But it's getting long. You guys, those of you that have been watching me for regularly, you'd be surprised at how long my hair is. It's gotten quite long. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take off the one side here. Okay, we're going to take off the tear and tape on the one side, the long side, and I am going to adhere it down to the center of one of these sides. So I'm just going to start it. I'm going to line it up right along the bottom. And then all you're going to do is line it up and go all the way around these four sides. Okay? So hopefully I'm in my camera so that you guys can see me do this. So I'm just following the edge of my tray and going all the way around this. Now what you're going to do when you get to this side, you're going to oops, I did it the wrong way, but that's okay. You're going to remove the strip. I should have started with the other side, but you guys will get the idea here. So we're going to tuck this one in first. We're going to tuck this side in first. And then this is going to come around, and then that is just going to seal up right along there. Okay. Oh, Debbie, you like my watch band? Yes, I've been getting addicted to these. I got it from fancybands.net. So fancy, just like F-A-N-C-Y, bands.net. They got all different ones for like the different holidays. They have fall, they've got plaid, they've got, you name it, they have it. So I've already got one for like Thanksgiving. I've got one for Christmas. And so, yeah, it's pretty awesome. So thank you. I love it. I think it's so fun. Okay. So here you have the bottom. You can see you want to make sure you're just going to kind of pinch this together really good. Make sure that you get a really good crease coverage on all of that. So your bottom looks like a box, right? And you're just going to kind of pinch this together up here. And then here's where you're just going to punch your hole. Now, on my sample, I used a punch. It's a retired punch, I know. I used a 3/4 inch circle punch, but you could use any size punch that you wanted to on here. You wouldn't have to use a 3/4 inch. You could use a 1/2 inch. You could use, you know, anything that you wanted to do to punch a hole in there. And then all I did was tied some ribbon in there to kind of hold it shut, embellish the bag any way that you'd like to. You could even add more than what I did. You could add a tag and all kinds of different things. But how fun is that for a cute little gift, you know, or a cute little bag for treats and things like that, for the upcoming holidays, things like that. So that is the little 3D project that I created to share with you. Again, the measurements are very, very simple. This tray, again, is just 3.5 by 3.5. Now, I will put all of the measurements in the description of my video tomorrow. I know it's not going to happen tonight. I'll be honest with you. But this is 3.5 by 3.5, scored at 1/2 inch on all four sides. Designer Series paper is 6 by 11. And then you add that tear and tape to one long side, one short side. And you just wrap it around, have your seam in the back, and smoosh it up at the top, and make your hole, and voila, you got a cute little bag. Okay, So I hope you guys liked that project. So the next one I'm going to share with you, another product that I want to share. I didn't share with you guys this product yet, and this product is also part of the Harvest Meadow, but I really liked it paired with the leaves as well. And this is our new Cork Paper. So our Cork Paper looks like this. It's very thin. On the back it's kind of craft looking, but it looks like, I mean, if you were to touch this, it looks just like cork, smells like cork. Now I will tell you, if you use our cork, it's best to cut it on the opposite side. That was what I had better experience with, because it's more smooth on the opposite side. So it's a little bit easier to cut. This Cork Paper sells for $7.50 and you get 2 pieces of it. So you might want to use it sparingly. I chose not to use it quite so sparingly on one of my cards because I just really love this cork. Okay, so you're going to see that used in a couple of the cards that I'm going to be sharing with you tonight on my Facebook Live with all of you. So this is the first card that I'm going to share with you. And this one right here, now again, this is a class that I am offering. So if any of you are interested in the class, you would need the bundle because I'm not able to send you kits with stamped images. So, or you could use a stamp set of your own choice that you have for the sentiment. I am able to send you all the pieces, parts, everything that you would need to make this card would be included in your kit. So for this one, I chose to use the Bumblebee card base. This is, I love Bumblebee for fall cards. I think it's gorgeous. So this is the 5.5 by 11, or 5.5 by 8.5, sorry. I think I'm still on the bag talking about the 11 size. And then I have a piece of the Cajun Craze cut 5 1/4 by 4, followed by a piece of Very Vanilla cut 5 by 3 3/4. And this I ran through with the hammered metal embossing folder. And then here's where you're going to see that cork come into play. I cut a piece of cork 2 1/4 by 5, and then a piece of designer series paper that is cut 2 by 5. So you're going to see a little bit of that cork on the outer edges of this. Let's do a little bit of adhering of this card so that we can get some of this put together here. Whoops, let me add. I'm using Stampin' Seal Plus, and I don't usually use this, but it's what I have in front of me. So we're going to go with it. Okay. And then on this, we're going to add, this is the other piece of paper that I don't have, that I wasn't able to show you when I was showing you the designer series paper. I also used the Bumblebee ribbon for a bunch of these cards because I thought it just paired nicely with this. So we're going to add a little piece of ribbon down here on the bottom, and I'm going to bring in my glue dots, and I'm going to glue dot my ribbon onto the bottom of this. So I'm just going to wrap it around here. And then we're going to do the normal thing of cutting a little piece like I normally do and putting it in here like that. I like the cork too, Janet. I don't think in my 11 years of being with the company, I don't ever remember them having anything quite like the cork paper. We've had lots of different papers and things come out, but I don't remember seeing anything like the cork. And I like it too. I think it's a nice offering for a little something different for our fall projects. I really do. And then this is going to get adhered down to the center here. And now we're good to go ahead and adhere this down to our card base. Oh, my stupid adhesive likes to tear my cardstock. I hate that. I may have to get a different adhesive because, yeah, I'm going to have to get a seal. I think the humidity in my basement and my hand of being really fast to try to get these going is what causes me to tear my cardstock. So I'm not a Stampin' Seal Plus lover. Anyway, okay, and then I have a piece of, this is the Cajun Craze. I had to think of that. This is a cut 2 1/2 by 2 1/2, and then this is cut 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. So again, it's the cork. And I'm just going to adhere these two together, and I'm going to go nice and light as I'm going to miraculously have a Stamp and Seal appear in front of me here in a couple minutes. So my friend Jen is here helping me get things packed up for me to take to my event tonight. So that's who is handing me scissors and all kinds of things. So anyway, so normally I take the Thursday off before my events, and I could not today. So I am on a search committee for a pretty high-level director position. Thank you, Jen. That we are searching for on campus. And we had all the phone interviews today of all days. And I don't think I had my personal time on the calendar in time, and they got scheduled. And so I couldn't take the day off today to pack my stuff and do what I normally do. And so I kind of been feeling a little off. And so I've got, like I said, I got helpers at the hall right now, or at the center, putting up tables for me, bless your heart, to those three. I think it's Kay and Patty and Pat. And then I got other helpers coming in to help me later. So anyway, I there's no way I could do all that I do without my army that helps me. And so anyway, but it's been kind of fun to be on this search committee for this. I should have some liquid glue, but that's okay. We're going to make this work with glue dots. But I just didn't anticipate being literally in phone interviews all day today. So it's kind of exhausting to be able to just sit and interview somebody and ask the same questions over and over again. And it was quite a bit. So I'm just going to add this with a couple of glue dots, this leaf. This is one of the intricate leaves. Now, I would normally use my Tombow glue, but I don't have one here. It's okay. I think I only have a couple intricate dies to put on here. But normally I would use my, or you could use the adhesive sheets. The adhesive sheets would work perfect for that as well. And then the embellishment that I chose to use for all of my cards today is one of them that I'm giving away today. It is the brushed, or giving away next week, I should say. But it's the brushed metallic adhesive back dots, and I love these dots. They have quickly become one of my new favorite embellishments because they're so versatile and can be used on so many things. I used to use the gilded gems on everything, and now I find myself gravitating towards these because you get a little different variety. Again, perfect for the fall time, right? With all of the different fall colors in them. So I'm just going to add a couple of the gold dots, one small, one large. And then the final thing that you can add here is your sentiment. I stamped that in advance on a 1/2 inch piece of strip of Berry Vanilla. I almost said Whisper White. And these sentiments also come from the stamp set. So most of you know that when I showcase a bundle, oh no, it did not come from the stamp set. I forgot the stamp set didn't have any greetings. I believe all of these came from the Harvest Meadow. I do believe that's where I got them from. I used the Harvest Meadow stamp set. I do believe, because I design these projects like 3 weeks before my Facebook Lives sometimes. So sometimes I forget where I get them from. I will find for sure which stamp set it's from. I don't think it's the Harvest. Oh, it's Sparkle of the Season. That's the one I use. Sparkle of the Season. Again, that just miraculously appeared. So Sparkle of the Season is the stamp that I used for all of these because there was no stamp or no images. Sorry, no sentiments in that Gorgeous Leaves stamp set. And why I chose this one is because it had grateful, thankful for you, and some of the fall sentiments in it. So anyway, I'm sorry, you guys. I totally spaced on that one. All right. And then I'm going to add a couple of dimensionals on here, and then this will get added, and the dimensional will help hold down that stem there as well. Isn't that so pretty? See how that cork just, my basement is haunted? It sure is tonight, Janet. I'm telling you, I just have stuff coming out of the woodwork with all kinds of different things just appearing here. All right, so that is the first card that I wanted to share with you tonight. Oh, good, Penny. I'm glad you like those too. It's not just me. Yeah, I love those. Okay, my next card that I'm going to share with you is where I really, really used the cork. You're going to see that I used the cork as a whole mat for my card. I couldn't help it. I love this cork. And to me, it just screams fall. It just does. So for this card, I used Misty Moonlight for my card base. So Misty Moonlight is my 5.5 by 8.5 piece of cardstock. I paired that with Bumblebee because again, these are the colors that are inside of this designer series paper. And then paired that with the awesome cork that I mentioned to you. And I miraculously have the right adhesive here that I hopefully will not be tearing my projects. Again, it's because I try to adhere things together so fast that I tear with the other stuff. And then I cut a little strip of the Misty Moonlight Designer Series paper from that Harvest Meadow pack. This is 1 inch by 5. And then of course this is 1 1/4 by 5. So they're going to kind of go together perfectly. So we're just going to adhere those two together like that. And then we're going to adhere this down to my card like this. So you could put this strip anywhere that you would like it. You wouldn't have to put it on the end. You could put it in the middle or wherever. But I wanted it on the end so then my leaves could kind of cascade down a little bit. And then we're just going to adhere this down to my card base. And here's where you're going to see I used those 3 stamped trees that I mentioned earlier. The 3 leaves right here, and I incorporated in the colors that I used in my card. So I used the Soft Succulent because I used it here on this strip. I used Misty Moonlight, and I used Bumblebee, the 3 colors of my main bases. So that's kind of how I determine what colors of flowers, or in this case leaves, I wanted to use to tie in the colors of cardstock. Again, that's what kind of makes and helps Stampin' Up's projects come to life, is all that awesome coordination. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some dimensionals on the backs of these. Thanks, Sarah. And I think what I really thought was neat too, with by having that little bit of blue. Blue isn't normally a color, I don't think anyway, that you would associate with fall. I mean, you think of leaves, you think of, you know, the Cajun craze, you think of, you know, early espresso, pumpkin pie, those kinds of colors. And so I thought this just kind of was a little bit of a different color scheme, other than having it be just traditional fall themed. So I'm just going to kind of layer my leaves in there. And then I used the Bumblebee ribbon and I just tied a bow. Oh, I also added, this is one of those intricate leaves, and that's I did in Cajun Craze, just for a little pop of color right there in the middle. So let me bring that in. I'm going to put just going to use a glue dot again. I would normally probably use my Tombow glue, but I'm just going to use my glue dot here. And I'm going to tie that in right in there like that. And then I'm just going to make a bow with my Bumblebee ribbon. Like that. And we're going to make it nice and kind of tight. And then we're just going to cut that at an angle. And then using a glue dot, I'm going to adhere that right up here at the top of my thing here. And then using the exact same, Thankful for You there on the bottom, I am going to add my little sentiment. Again, it's just a little 1/2 inch piece of cardstock on Very Vanilla. And I'm just going to banner piece this again. Going to add a couple dimensionals to that. And you have another card. So pretty. All right, I'm going to have to move all my junk out of the way. How quickly you make a mess, though, when you're designing. Again, I topped off my card with those metallic dots. You can see here on this card, I added the bronze color. You can see them right here, or the copper color, I should say. And you could add any color that you want to these, but I don't always like to use the same color on my cards because then I end up with a lot of one color left over. So for me, I like to kind of mix it up and use a little bit of all of them. So that way I use them all up and I'm not always just using the same one or the same color. And there you have my second card. Isn't that pretty? That cork is just so pretty. Okay, so let's see what is next on my pile. Oh, this one. Okay, Next is this one right here. So when I was looking at the paper, again, I try to use all of my designer series paper from a paper pack, so that again, I'm not stuck with a lot of one color left or a lot of one design left. So this piece right here, I didn't really care for the other side. I didn't think it was very colorful. I kind of liked this one, but I'm like, ooh, how can I tie in fall? Well, I think I did pretty good. What do you guys think? So for this one, again, I pulled in the colors from the designer series paper. So when you're struggling with how to design or how to incorporate different colors, let Stampin' Up! Do the work for you. In our catalog, I want to make sure that you guys are aware that all of our designer series paper lists the colors of cardstock that it uses. So when I saw that, I'm like, okay, this piece right here, the green must be the soft succulent, the yellow has to be the bumblebee, the orange has to be calypso coral, so on and so forth, okay? So from there, I decided to use those colors to make my card. So I chose to use the soft succulent for my card base. So this is the 5.5 by 8.5. And then I have my card base, which is the Very Vanilla. Again, I use the same hammered metal embossing folder. And then I have a couple pieces of cardstock here that will layer together nicely. I believe this one is 2.25 by 4 3/4. And then this one's 1/4 inch smaller. And then my designer series paper is going to be even 1/4 inch smaller than that. So it's all going to layer together nicely. So let's adhere these together first. Just going to take my snail. And I like just simple, easy layering because it's so fun. And because everything is 1/4 inch smaller or bigger, however you want to look at it, it's going to layer together perfectly. And then again, I used this ribbon at the top. I used the exact same ribbon. So the neat thing is, if you decide you want to copy, when I say copy, I should say create these cards, because I'm all about, you guys, using my samples and making them for your own needs. You really would only need to get 2 embellishments. You would need to get this bolt of ribbon, and you would need to get the metallic dots. And you'd be able to duplicate all 5 of my cards that I'm showcasing tonight. Which makes it very practical for you to be able to duplicate them. You wouldn't need to buy 5 different bolts of ribbon or anything like that. So same with the paper. I use the same colors of cardstock, the same designer series paper, all that awesome stuff. So it just makes it a little bit more cost effective for being able to easily duplicate them. Next, we're going to adhere this down to my Very Vanilla mat here, and I'm just going to layer that on like that. And then this is going to get adhered down to my card base. So that's going to go like that. Then I used the, let me get the ribbon out of the way. You guys are seeing all my tail end stuff hanging out there. I used the layering circles, and I stamped the leaf using the Calypso Coral, and then I cut a circle a little bit bigger to be able to layer these two together. And I'm just going to adhere them together, and then I used the dimensionals to adhere it to the card. Again, a quick, simple, easy fall themed card, but I still think it looks very fall themed. I think it does. And then that'll just adhere on there. And then I used the word grateful. Again, I used the Sparkle of the Season stamp set. So if you don't have the Sparkle of the Season stamp set, you could use any fall themed stamp set that you have. I stamped the word grateful in Calypso Coral ink. And then this is a 1/4 or a 1/2 inch strip. This is a 3/4 inch strip, and it's just cut a little bit bigger to be able to fit on there. And then that's going to go on the bottom down here with some dimensionals as well. So what do you guys think so far? Aren't they simple yet easy and pretty and cute? I don't know, I think they are. The final thing, again, I embellished the card using some of those metallic dots. So I'm just going to put a couple of those up here at the top. Now you could put these anywhere that you would like. I mean, you wouldn't have to do them at the top. You could put them in the leaf. You could put them wherever you want, or you wouldn't have to add them at all. Okay, but there you have that card. So fun to make. Okay, thank you, Maureen and Janie and Janet. Appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to make one more card with you, and then I'm just going to show you the last one, okay? So this card is a really quick and simple, easy one for me to show you. So what I wanted to do with this card is I wanted to use some of those background images that you see in the stamp set. So here in the stamp set, you have, I kind of call it like grunge. You have some spots here. You have like a wood grain grunge. So what I did on this piece right here is I literally just stamped all of the different stamps on this, and I used colors that were in the designer series paper. So what I did, and this is probably one of my favorite cards, I used the soft succulent cardstock from my card base. Oh, thank you, Shireen. I'm glad you like all of them. And then I chose to pair it with the designer series paper that was the Calypso Coral. Okay, so that's kind of how I started. And I chose this paper because it was one of the colors or one of the patterns left over from my, I think this card was the last one I created for my class. So then I cut a piece of the soft succulent to kind of fit behind here, and then was like, okay, I just want to do some stamping, and I just stamped a bunch of different images on here, all different trees using the different colors. So I used bumblebee, soft succulent, Cajun craze, crumb cake. I used a little bit of all those different colors and just stamped a collage of different leaves on here. From there, and I actually may have cut the wrong color. This might actually be a macaron, but just so you know, my sample, I did indeed use the soft succulent. So, but they're so close, it's going to work either way. So anyway, and then this I did add some ribbon to the bottom as well. So I'm just going to bring in my bolt of ribbon. And I'm going to bring in some glue dots, put a couple of glue dots. Oh, thank you, Janie. Yeah, I think this one is my favorite too. It's just a different color scheme for fall, yet it looks very fall-ish, I think. So I'm just going to add the ribbon down here on the bottom. And then I did add this to my card using dimensionals. So I'm going to put dimensionals on all four corners of this. And then that went on to my piece of designer paper. Whoops, I guess it doesn't really matter. I could have just turned it over, but creature of habit. And now we're ready to glue this down. Isn't that even that blue pretty too? I mean, gosh, love it. So like I said, I really want you guys to kind of think outside of the box a little with the different using paper. You know, you don't have to just use the designer series paper for the stamp set and bundle that it's intended for. You can get as creative as you would like and use it for other things. And I've been actually exploring that a lot lately, where I've been using it for different things because, I don't know, I like it. I like pairing the paper with different bundles and stamp sets because it still goes together. And it's just neat to see the different looks you can get with it by pairing it with other things. Okay, and then I stamped the word grateful using the soft succulent ink. Again, it's just a 1/2 of an inch strip, and using dimensionals. I am going to go ahead and add a couple dimensionals to that. Oh, thank you, Norma, and thank you for watching. Hopefully you come back. So yeah, normally my Facebook Lives are 7 o'clock Eastern time every Thursday. But like I said, tonight I'm live a little earlier with all of you as I have an event to set up for. And so I didn't want to cancel on you guys because I know you all look so forward to my lives. I don't like it there. I cut that one a little bit too short. So for this one, we're just going to put one. We'll put them on one right there. Let's put it there. So I didn't want to cancel, so I had to go live with you guys a little bit earlier. So anyway, thank you, Jerry, and welcome, Mary. Glad you were able to pop on. Okay, so there's that card. Now the last card that I have with you, I'm not going to actually take the time to make with you in lieu of the time, but I'm going to share it with you. And then I'm going to bring back in all of the projects that I shared with you tonight so you can see them. Now the registration for this class is still open. So if you're interested in receiving this class, it does not include the 3D project though. Okay, but if you're interested in registering for this class, the link to register will be posted in the description of my video, probably not until tomorrow, but it'll be listed there. So this is the last card that I created. Again, using some of that grunge, using some of the designer series paper. You can just see I offset it, used Cajun Craze, Bumblebee, so another cute little card. Okay, so let me bring them all back in so you guys can see all of the cards that I created with you tonight. And using that awesome cork as well, the cork that's available. Cork paper. Let's see, there's one more card. Where did I put it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's the very first one. Here it is. There. And then my little 3D project that I created, and I threw the ribbon in here, was this awesome little, I call it my box bag. Remember, you start with a tray. This was 3.5 by 3.5, scored at 1/2 inch on all 3 sides. You wrap the 6 by 11 piece of paper around it, and then you just kind of pinch it shut, tie it shut with a ribbon, embellish however you see fit. But this makes it really nice for a cute little project to put goodies in and things like that. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed my projects tonight. And again, thank you for the flexibility. And for those of you that were able to join me live tonight, an hour early. Normally I'm 7 p.m. Eastern time. Next week it will go back to that. But I didn't want to not go live with you all tonight. So this was the next best thing, was to go a little bit earlier. So anyway, thank you all so very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed my projects, and I hope I've inspired you to think about fall and to start getting ready for all of your fall projects. So thank you all so very much. And Peggy, yes, please do go back and watch, because you are one of our winners of the for sharing last week. So we need to make sure I get your address. Thank you all so very much. And again, my ordering promotion will also be, the link will also be shared in the description of my video tomorrow. Bye everyone, and have a wonderful weekend.